Hello, fellow YouTubers. I'm Jamie, this is Kenny, and this is Zoe. And we are here to just spill some tea, or well, hot chocolate. Not really to spill tea, but like to, I guess, try to understand. I've watched a lot of documentaries in the past few days, but two that like really were sticking with me was that Framing Britney Spears, which I feel like everybody has been hearing about and watching, which was just like heartbreaking to watch because I was born in 1992. And so obviously Britney Spears was life. The tea's too hot. The hot chocolate's too hot. Anyway, me and Kenny, we will just ask these questions, and we brought in the gang. We had to bring in professionals to solve these mysteries today because I am just confused. And I am 100% here for the Free Britney movement, and I am 100%, and Amanda Bynes, that poor girl. And I just actually watched a YouTube documentary kind of about that, and we're gonna wrap around into that. But again, with this Free Britney and that documentary, and it's very concerning to me for a lot of reasons, obviously. But especially like there's a lot. I don't know, I went on a rabbit hole of TikTok, right? And I found into these videos talking about Amanda Bynes and talking about oh gosh, that blonde girl, the really funny blonde girl from iCarly. I loved her, and I just loved her energy. And then I heard on the podcast that she has, which I'm gonna actually put the names into all of this because I just can't remember. But I'm going to list it up here. She actually has a podcast. It's her own podcast. And there was a clip of it on this one TikTok that I saw. And I started following their page immediately. So I'm like, I need more updates on this. But, which is kind of why I'm making this video. But it was basically her just saying that she hated all of the acting that she did. She was not happy with it. It made her like almost like cringy. It made her not feel good. And that really made me feel really bad. And then there was other clips from like her when she was making Vines. And I'm like, it all like seeing a lot of these shows as a child and like watching them, like growing up on them and like watching them and then seeing them now as an adult. It's a lot. It's very overwhelming almost, because it's like almost, oh, Kenny, I'm so sorry. Poked him in the eye. But it's like, it's, you know, and then a lot of these were spun like, oh, these girls went crazy after they trying to break out of this wholesome Nickelodeon or Disney star, whatever, and like went crazy and all this other stuff. When in reality, it's like they were like signing, they had obviously like non-disclosure, whatever. I don't know in what way that legally would have to keep them silent. I don't know anything. That's kind of why I'm here making this video, because I don't understand what else to do. I have literally like no resources. I have no followers or anything on any platform, but I guess I'm like, I will need I just want to start like a dialogue about what we can do, because I'm like, I want to get involved. And I need to understand, because especially for these girls that were later like Britney Spears, and I didn't even know Amanda Bynes was under a conservatorship until I watched this documentary. It's on YouTube. I think it's by, the account is called like Sloan or something like that. I will link it in the description. There's 2 parts to it. It's really good. The guy that does it is so good, and he's so thorough. And I feel like he's not trying to like hype stuff. I don't know, at least in my opinion. It's like, I hate when people are doing that and they are trying to like hype stuff up to like make it something it's not. But this is like, there's video, the amount of video clips of all of this is just so disturbing. And it's like, especially like I said, for Amanda Bynes and Britney Spears, who were like, oh, they're crazy. And obviously they did go through some things, but you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Okay. And especially going through what a lot of these girls, and they were girls at the time, they were very young. And even as they tried to grow into young women, they were just, all the horrible things that happened to them, and the media just terrorizing them. And it's like, in the way that we can see social media terrorize people today with comments and messages and just hatefulness, which is so unnecessary to begin with. But you know what I mean? It's like, if we could change all those people, girl, wouldn't we? But what can we just regular people do? Because like Britney Spears is like stuck in this conservatorship, and I feel like she's made it pretty clear Kenny agrees with me that she's made it pretty clear that especially A doesn't want her dad to be on it. And B doesn't really want to be in it at all. It doesn't, like, and there's videos on that, on the documentary that Framing Britney Spears that's on Hulu that New York Times did. And it's just so sad. I'm like, it is so sad. And the way that and that guy, oh, I don't remember his name. It's the one paparazzi that she like beat his car with an umbrella. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I'm not endorsing violence in any way. But that man, oh, she never said that she wanted, I believe that she did. I believe that her actions were, she was crying out for help. She had literally no privacy. Helicopters were flying over her home with spotlights. Like, I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm literally, like I said, I have no followers on anything. Like, I barely even have that many friends. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have, I'm clearly nerdy. Like, me and my husband collect Funko Pops. Like, this is Kenny. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could not imagine not having space to just collect my thoughts for 20 minutes, because that would obviously push someone into doing things in a manic state because you have no space to just be calm and be safe and like have someone nurture you, because it's like your parents, the people that are supposed to protect you, they're not there for you. You know what I mean? And all the managers and all these other people are making money off of you. And it's like, and they said that in the documentary, like even in the conservatorship case now, Britney Spears is paying for obviously her lawyers and her moms and her dads and her sisters. Like, how is that fair? I just don't understand. Like, I get that you don't want them running off and doing something horrible if you can try to help it. But at another point, it seems to be more about the money. And it's like, not to be rude, but she earned that money. That is hers. She earned that. And it's like, I get, it's not that you're like wasted. That's fine. But like, it's like a conservatorship is for someone who doesn't have like mental capacity to make good decisions on their own or something like that. Again, they explain it all in the documentary. I am by no means trying to be, whatever. But it's just like, at the same time, does she need a conservatorship? Because she could remember all those song lyrics that she performed and all those choreography moves that she didn't, have a hard time hitting the steps and whatever. It's so, but she needs you to tell her, to give her an allowance that you can cut off and take away at any time and dangle her kids in front of her like a carrot on a stick to perform, or she's not going to get to see her kids, or she's not going to get any of the money that she earned. And after all the things that they did to her in the press and all the ignorant questions that they asked her, and no person on her team stood up for her, it's horrible. It weighs on me. I don't even have children, but I could not imagine having daughters or sons, even for that matter, just children growing up at this time. You know what I mean? Growing up at any time, it's so hard to keep your children safe, and then to have parents that just seemed like they were more concerned with getting money more than, really making sure that she was okay, beyond performing. And like, obviously she wanted to do that, but with the media scrutiny and everything like that, somebody should have been checking in. Somebody should have been standing up for her so she wasn't fielding all those horrible questions by herself, being put on the spot, and just really being backed into a corner and everybody just watching and staring at her and laughing and, heckling her basically. Like, what is that guy? Oh my gosh, I think, what was his name? Leave Britney alone. Boy, was he right. Right. Oh, and Amanda Bynes. Not to mention, these poor women gave us such good entertainment. The Amanda Show, all that. Britney Spears and her music career and Crossroads and everything else. Whether, we like her or not, she's an icon, and she is both of them. And Amanda Bynes is, and I'm not going to say was talented and was this, because she is. She's still talented and she's still funny. And it's not her fault that these things have happened to her. You know what I mean? It's you cope. And I feel like everybody should understand that to a certain point. You do things to try to cope with things that you're not, you're trying to deal with, and you don't do it right all the time. And we're not perfect. But to watch how they've been backed into these corners and like to not even have control over your finances to the point where you can't pay for your school or you can't pay your rent. And it's just really, really sad. It's so sad to see it. And the guy that did that Schneider, I don't remember. I'm going to have to put in all the names here because I don't want to say something that's, but, and he basically, the Nickelodeon just bounced him off with like $7 million. I'm like, peace. Nothing even happened to him. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's just, I don't know. This is just me and Kenny coming on here to say, Britney Spears, girl, we are sorry. Amanda Bynes, girl, we are sorry. And just really to to a lot of people that were misconstrued and taken the wrong way and everything else in all of our lives. We all need to take a second and try to step back and realize nobody's perfect. Everybody's going through things. And if one thing this panoramic has taught me, this global freaking panoramic has taught me, is that everybody's going through something. Everybody's dealing with things. Everybody is stressed. Everybody's trying to make ends meet. I guess except the billionaires, because, they doing fine. But whatever. But we're all trying to make ends meet. We're all trying to get through. We're all trying to do stuff. And it would be a lot easier if we stopped attacking each other and fighting each over other things that are stupid, like political parties and this and that. At a certain point, we need to just, enough. We need to come together as human beings. And that's the end of it. End of the story. I'm hoping things are going to get better, y'all. Things are going to get better. And I just want to know, leave me a comment or something. What can we do? What can we try to do for these girls? I don't know. It's and especially Amanda Bynes. I mean, it's, Britney and her, they're just being stuck in those conservatorships. It's like after all that's happened to them, they're still under that control. And I just, my heart shatters for that. It just makes me so sad. I'm just like, let me know what I can do. I'm going to try to figure something out. Me and Kenny and the gang, and the Mystery Machine gang, are going to try to figure something out. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's taking time for themselves to get some hot chocolate or some tea or whatever, and just take a time and relax and understand that we're all going through it. Everybody is going through it. But God is here for us, and He loves us, and we love each other, and we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this global Patricia, y'all. We're going to do it. All right. Bye, y'all.